Hello and welcome. Your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. It can build you an empire or trap you in a prison of your own making. We often chase external success, wealth, status, recognition, thinking that's where freedom lies. But the ancient Stoics knew a deeper truth. Real freedom isn't found out there, it's won in here, within the fortress of your own mind. When you fix your mind, you fix your life. Today, we're diving into 8 brutal but transformative Stoic principles that will help you rebuild your mental strength, master your emotions, and find unshakable peace, even in the chaos of the modern world. Get ready, because this isn't about feeling good, it's about being good, and that journey starts now. So, why do we call these rules brutal? Because true growth isn't comfortable. Stoicism is often mistaken for a cold, emotionless philosophy, a way to numb yourself to the world. But that's a complete misunderstanding. It's not about emotional detachment, it's about emotional resilience. The great Stoics Marcus Aurelius, an emperor facing war and plague, Seneca, a statesman who endured exile and a death sentence, Epictetus, a man born into slavery who became a revered teacher, didn't have easy lives. They faced betrayal, loss, and immense hardship. Yet, they remained unbroken. How? Their strength didn't come from avoiding pain. It came from confronting it head-on, with unflinching honesty and relentless reason. This is the brutality of Stoicism, the courage to look at your own flaws, your limitations, and your excuses without seeking comfort. It's about choosing hard truths over easy lies. Before you can build yourself up, you have to be willing to tear down the illusions that are holding you back. This is the boot camp for your soul. Let's begin. The first brutal rule is to accept that life will never be easy, nor should it be. We live in an age that sells us the fantasy of a friction-free existence. But the Stoics knew that struggle is not an obstacle to a good life, it is the path. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of pain is an opportunity to practice virtue, courage, patience, and wisdom. Smooth seas don't make skilled sailors. Stop waiting for life to get easier. Instead, focus on becoming stronger. See every difficulty as a training ground designed to forge your character. When you stop resisting the inherent difficulty of life, you start using it to your advantage. The second rule follows directly: reject entitlement. The world owes you nothing. Your parents don't owe you a perfect upbringing. Your boss doesn't owe you a promotion. Society doesn't owe you fairness or recognition. This might sound harsh, but it's incredibly liberating. The moment you shed the weight of expectation, you reclaim your power. Entitlement makes you a passive victim, waiting for someone else to give you what you think you deserve. But the Stoic path is one of action. Effort and discipline are the only currencies that truly matter. Your success, your happiness, your peace of mind, these are your responsibility, and yours alone. So, stop asking what the world can do for you and start focusing on what you can do for yourself, with the resources you have, right here, right now. Rule number 3 is a cornerstone of Stoic thought: control your reactions, not the world. So much of our anxiety and frustration comes from trying to manage things that are fundamentally outside of our control: other people's opinions, the traffic, the weather, the economy. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Epictetus taught that some things are up to us, and some are not. Our power lies entirely in how we choose to respond to events, not in the events themselves. You can't stop the rain, but you can choose not to let it ruin your day. You can't control a negative comment, but you can choose whether to let it wound you. This isn't about suppression, it's about perception. Most of our suffering doesn't come from reality, but from the stories we tell ourselves about reality. Master your reactions, and you will find a calm that no external storm can disturb. This leads us to the fourth brutal rule: kill your excuses. The mind is an expert at creating justifications for inaction. I'm too tired. I don't have time. It's not the right moment. I don't know how. These excuses are the chains that keep you stagnant. The Stoics were champions of accountability. They believed that every moment is the right moment to do the right thing. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations in a military tent during a brutal war campaign. If he could find time for self-improvement, what's our excuse? Excuses are a form of self-deceit. They protect your ego but sabotage your growth. To fix your life, you must become a detective of your own mind, hunting down every excuse and replacing it with action. Even a small step is infinitely more powerful than the most elaborate excuse. Accountability is the cure for stagnation. Now for Rule 5: detach from the outcome. We pour our hearts and souls into our goals, and then tie our happiness to the result. If we succeed, we're ecstatic. If we fail, we're crushed. The Stoics offer a more resilient path. Your job is to focus on the effort, not the prize. Give your absolute best to the task at hand. Act with excellence, integrity, and diligence. Do everything in your power to succeed. And then, let go. The outcome is never entirely in your control. The archer can aim perfectly, control their breathing, and release the arrow with flawless technique, but a sudden gust of wind can still divert its path. The Stoic archer finds satisfaction in the perfect shot, regardless of where the arrow lands. True peace comes from knowing you did your best. This detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means your self-worth isn't on the line with every outcome. Rule number 6 may be the most challenging in our hyper-connected world: learn to be alone. Many people confuse solitude with loneliness. Loneliness is a painful feeling of isolation. Solitude, on the other hand, is a chosen state of being alone with your thoughts. It is a powerful opportunity for reflection, self-discovery, and growth. In the silence of solitude, you can hear your own voice, untainted by the noise of the crowd. You can examine your beliefs, process your emotions, and plan your actions with clarity. Seneca wrote, "We must go into solitude to find someone to be with." If you can't stand to be alone with yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? Solitude is not an escape from others, it's a journey toward yourself. It's where you build the inner strength to be a better person when you return to the world. This brings us to Rule 7, a principle that separates the master from the amateur in the game of life: discipline over emotion. Your feelings are real, but they are not always true. They are fleeting, unreliable messengers influenced by sleep, food, and circumstance. True freedom is not the ability to do whatever you feel like doing. That is slavery to your impulses. True freedom is self-control, the ability to choose your actions based on your values and principles, even when your emotions are screaming at you to do the opposite. You don't feel like going to the gym. You go anyway. You feel the urge to lash out in anger. You choose to respond with calm reason. Feelings should inform your decisions, but they must not dictate them. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's the daily practice of choosing who you want to be over how you feel in the moment. This consistent, daily effort is what forges an unbreakable will. And finally, we arrive at the 8th and most profound Stoic rule: memento mori. Remember, you will die. This isn't meant to be morbid or depressing. It is the ultimate motivator. The awareness of your own mortality is a clarifying fire that burns away everything that is not important. When you remember that your time is finite, you stop wasting it on trivial arguments, mindless distractions, and other people's drama. Death puts everything into perspective. It gives your life urgency and purpose. Are you spending your precious, limited days on things that truly matter? Are you being the person you want to be? As Seneca said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Memento mori is not a warning to frighten you, but a call to awaken you. It's an invitation to live fully, bravely, and with integrity, right now, because this moment is all you are guaranteed. So, there you have it. The 8 brutal rules of Stoicism. Accept that life is hard. Reject entitlement. Control your reactions. Kill your excuses. Detach from outcomes. Learn to be alone. Choose discipline over emotion. And remember that you will die. These are not easy principles. They demand constant practice and unflinching self-honesty. But by embracing them, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the architect of your soul. You build an inner citadel that no external force can breach. You fix your mind, and in doing so, you fix your life. You become the master of your own destiny. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If these ideas resonated with you, let me know in the comments which rule you're going to start applying today. And if you want more content to help you build a stronger mind and a better life, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay strong and live with virtue.